Good morning all, it's Al here from MBX. Good morning in Australia, but it might be good evening other places. So welcome anyway, welcome here to Australians and welcome from across the world. Today I'm talking about about intention, I-N, and dash attention, A-T. So we need to understand intention and attention and how they affect one another. You'll see on the whiteboard here, I've written down a few things. It might be a great idea if you haven't done so already, to get a piece of paper and write these things down, because this is a subject which is actually getting meditation. It's getting into meditation live, doing everything that you need to do, because it contains one word which is pretty much there with all of the things I talked to you about, and that's awareness. So get your piece of paper and write down as a heading, attention. And I'll stand up and I've got it here, attention. Okay. You'll notice here that underneath that I've got energy flows where attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes. That's well known. You give your attention to something and you give energy to it. Then we write the word intention. And I've got under there, intention is the driver of attention. Intention is the driver of attention. And this one this morning came to me, and it came to me in actually meditation. So if you don't understand it, that's fine. I'll take questions and answers later. Please not during this. It's quite difficult to do it during these presentations, but I promise you I'll answer your questions later, which most of you that have given me questions have found out I do. So this morning I got, there can be no further. There can be no further until you go further. And what this is showing you today is we must go further with our understandings before we can get this really into our lives. Intention, attention. Awareness is, without awareness, there can be no intention or attention. Without awareness, there can be no intention or intention. So the word awareness is the one that you really should be probably underlining, and I have here, I've underlined it. And over here on the side here, I've got the symbols here, or the letters saying RAS, R-A-S. They stand for Reticular Activating System. And you need to understand the reticular activating system, because this causes the problem with intention and attention, and definitely with awareness. So here's a depiction of the RAS. I want you to draw 3 circles on your piece of paper now, one on top of another. Good. On the left side here, you'll notice there's arrows going down. And on the other side, you've got arrows going up. And then you've got an arrow coming out. And the arrow coming out is going to be represented by me. And I'm going to draw a stick figure here of me. Forgive my art. Here I am over here. And I'll have a big smile for you. So what you're doing is you're listening to me. This top circle, therefore, needs something in it. It needs a C put. C stands for conscious. The second circle is after it's been conscious, particularly when you leave here, it'll go down to the second circle and it becomes a recent record. And the recent record is subconscious, SC. Later today, it'll go down to the bottom circle and it'll be deposited as a sort of a file. It'll be information. I'll put a little file here. And in that file, you're going to put my name here, Al, A-L. You've got an L file. You've met me a few times, a lot of you, so you're expanding your L file, but you've got an L file because we're saying this is the first time you've met me. So you've taken all this information in today, and the second time you meet me, so this is the first time over here, the second time you meet me, here I am again. Okay, this time I'll give myself a big smile again. The second time you meet me, the conscious mind says, is that L? And it researches down through its files here and opens up this L file here. And this comes back in the opposite direction and says, yes, it is him. And it comes back in nanoseconds so fast that some people have estimated this at 150 meters per second, which is pretty quick. But it's making you react to here, which is the first time in this depiction. Therefore, the second time, you're seeing me as the first time. It's pretty accurate, but it's not correct. Therefore, if we apply this to all of what we're talking about today, attention and intention, we keep making our attention go to this RAS, so therefore we keep getting what the RAS has got. So the RAS is giving you continually what it's got, which is its past, which is me in there today, old file. It's got a projection of that into the future. So if you keep giving attention to that, you keep getting exactly that. And the intention today is to take it further. We need to go further with this. So we need to understand the RAS, and if we do understand the RAS, you'll get this in a moment. We put another circle above this, up in here like that, and this one has a line underneath it, like so. And that means that this circle now is part of the RAS, but it's not of it. It's not connected to it. This can be called the zone. Or some people like to call it the flow state. I can't write flow state in there, I haven't got enough room. You can write flow state in there if you like. You can write higher self in there. But the biggest word to write in there is this one here. I'll put an arrow down here. It's high awareness. If we have high awareness, we have very high awareness of what to give our attention to. We have very high awareness of what to intend, therefore. If we've got a high aware state of mind, state of being, we'll have a very high attention intention. So therefore, all of the things that we need to bring into being will be. Now, take a bit of a moment there, before we go any further, take a bit of a moment to absorb this and try, and I'll go over it again, but try and absorb it so much that you understand the RAS, and you understand now why intention and intention are important to awareness. Without awareness, there will be no intention or attention. You won't know what to give your attention to, and you certainly won't have an intention. So therefore, if we get this awareness right, our intention can be for the highest vision of ourselves. You know what? I'm all about the highest vision of you. I'm not about a lower version of you. I want you to experience your life so that you can go into possibilities that currently you haven't even dreamt of. Where does dreaming come from? Where does imagination come from? The RAS. Where does awareness come from? Not the RAS. But awareness can penetrate the RAS. You can be aware that this is RAS operating, reticular activating system. This supports what's commonly called the illusion of our species, the human condition. We want to give attention to our intentions. That means today when you finish with me, you're going to intend to do things. You intended to meet me this morning by coming here and joining into this Facebook Live. You had your intention to do that, so you're giving your attention to the things that I'm actually explaining to you. You're giving your attention now. Energy flows where attention goes. There can be no further until you go further. I want you to go further. I want you to have a high awareness on intention. I want you to give your total attention to the intention. And then in times to come, I'll hear about the fantastic things that you brought into being. So for now, I want you to actually become aware. Aware is the zone. Okay, so I want you to imagine something, which I did earlier with my person that helps me here. I want you to imagine something. Good. Are you the imagination having the imagination of the imagination? Want me to put it another way? If you go to the cinema, are you the cinema watching the cinema, having a cinema? No, you're not. You're the one who's actually there in the background, sitting in the seat of the cinema, and then is aware of the cinema taking place. In the same way, this is the zone. This is what we're talking about from here. If we have this awareness, give attention to awareness. Every time you have a thought, and after the thought, what happens? We've already done this in previous times together. After a thought, what is there? Yes, there's no thought. In between thought and when there's no thought, there's awareness that there's no thought. Awareness can be there with thought, but it's also aware that there's no thought happening. Awareness is there all of the time. We need to give attention to this awareness so that we can have then awareness going into what we intend in life. Wonder how we're going for time. Okay, so we've got a few minutes to go. I'm going to sit down now, and I'm going to count you out a little bit again here. So we'll actually try a few things together. We'll try a few things as we did last time. Let's count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's our attention. Giving attention. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That also is now our intention. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. After we've got to 0, the count's been done backwards. What is on the other side of that? What is just on the other side? Just on the other side, there's no counting backwards. There's no RAS. That's not happening. It's not present. So what is there? That is awareness. That is awareness that's happening. We need to give attention to awareness. We need to almost give awareness. If we give awareness, the awareness gets stronger. And remember what I said up here, energy flows where attention goes. If we give our awareness energy, it grows very, very strong. And we take it into even such things as when we go to sleep. We can be falling asleep and we're aware that we're falling asleep. You can be so aware, don't believe me, try it out for yourself. Don't believe anything I say, try it out for yourself. You can be so aware that you sound asleep and you're aware that you sound asleep. You can be so aware that you're dreaming and you're aware that it's a dream. We call that lucid dreaming. So you see, you can become give awareness so much attention, have so much energy flowing to this, that it can be actually, therefore, very, very powerful, and the predominance of you every day, not just some of the day, all of the day. Now that means that your intentions, that from now on, once you have high awareness, you can give your attention to your intentions. So therefore, what does that mean? It certainly means that you will be intending for the highest vision of yourself. You'll be intending to do things that you've never even thought that you could do. Hear the word thought. What is thought of? RAS. Is there anything wrong with RAS? Of course not. Without the RAS, you'd be coming along next week and saying, who is he? But with this RAS, you've got records of me from last time. But you know what? That's not me this time. That's a record of me last time. If you give attention to awareness, you'll realise that the next time you see me, I might be a little bit different. I hope not. I hope I'm not too radically different, but you'll actually realise that he is a little bit different. This is meditation in every moment of every day. Coming soon, I'll give you a little bit of a few little things that I'll remind you about that I do every week. Coming soon, we're going to have, from next week on, we're going to talk about high achievers. That's on the 30th of March. High achievers, once again, the same time. I think you'll all be very interested in high achievers because I love dealing with them and they're around everywhere. You mostly are a high achiever in something. Following week, on the 6th of April, this will be from Thailand. I'm going to Thailand from the 4th of April, so I'll be presenting to you from Thailand. This is one of my favourites, Becoming a Master. We'll talk about how to become a master. The following week, on the 13th of April, guess what? I'm still in Thailand. And I'm talking to you on that day about genius. Genius is not what you think it is, but it's something what you can actually be. The following week in Thailand still, the 20th of April, is unconditional, conditional love. These are all coming up, same time, same channel, Wednesdays, Melbourne time, 11:20 a.m. Thailand time, I'm not really sure, but it's easy to work out. Then on the 28th of May, between 9 and 12 noon, I'll teach you Blip 1 and Blip 2. There's the applied meditation models that I'd like to show you and you can actually experiment with and become quite aware with. Then we have the Blip of Health. How do we use Blip, our meditative mind, to get health, to remain healthy, without actually then removing anything from the medical experts? We can enhance their ability. The following workshop, that is the 30th of June, that one of health. The following workshop, the 23rd of July, is one of my favourites, the Blip of Tennis. How do we reach our zenith in tennis? 23rd of July, 9 to 12 noon. Reminding you too that our MBX Elite Plus membership, it's for you. We really want you to join. It's very inexpensive. It's no more than the cost of coffee and cake per month. All of these programs that you see behind me and more, we're developing more, all of these will be tailored just for you members. These, what we're doing today, but even more so specific for you. You'll tell me whether the areas you want to go into. Also on next Monday, here in Melbourne time, on the 28th, 10:15 a.m. Melbourne time to 10:35, by giving you my first live Facebook for meditation with Al. We're talking about applied meditation all day, every day. The little subtitle just on the other side. It's creating quite a bit of interest already. I'd love you to be with me with that. I think that's all I've got time for now. Love to see you next week. And those of you that I see next Monday, live meditation for Al, look forward to it. See you then all. Bye for now.